Alright, what's up, Wolfpack? We have the first recorded set, and the surprise is I'm back at Planet Fitness for just today. Oh, let me put on these weights now, get into my little spiel. Yeah. Alright, so similar to basically every lower day recently, we're doing SLDLs. You guys know I've been enjoying them a lot. But reason I'm out here is because I'm celebrating my birthday. You know, my family wanted me to come down, so I came down. And I still got to get a workout in. They weren't too happy that I was going to skip classes originally, so I figured I'll just go to Planet Fitness. And luckily, they were kind enough to bring me here, because you guys know I don't have my license. But enough of me talking for now. I'm going to get this first warm-up set out of the way. Normally, I would do this on a barbell, but the barbells in the room are kind of all being taken up, so I figured I'll just do it here. Doesn't make too big of a deal. Didn't feel too bad. One thing I don't like about this is when I'm kind of doing my SLDLs, like I kind of lean, or like I kind of stay in that hip hinge, I guess, which kind of makes it a little bit difficult on the lockout portion of it, but not that big of a deal. Actually gonna throw in 185, or technically this is 165, so that's a 25-pound incline. Or not incline, Smith. But yeah, one thing I will say is that I'm pretty much like really close to being done with this workout. Like I'm on the second half now, but like I really was kind of sleeping on the leg extensions here. I was first thing I hit here, because it was the first thing I saw. And man, but like it was like compared to my college gym, like I definitely prefer that one. Mainly just because it kind of goes back a little further. I get a little bit of a better stretch, which, you know, I'm not the biggest guy when it comes to stretch training, because there's been a lot of dodgy stuff about some of the information out there. But I definitely, you know, it still gives some kind of reassurance, even if I think some of it's a little, you know, a bit of a reach in terms of what's optimal and what's not. So, you know, although I'm not like a true believer, you know, I'm not going to say it doesn't do anything. Because there was like the Jeremy Either study or whatever, where he found like, I want to say it was just biceps and calves that actually performed well from stretch training. So, you know, maybe there's some validity to it. I'm not gonna say it is or isn't. But like, I low-key missed the leg extension. I wish I kind of had the leg extension at my college gym, or well, that one. Oof. One thing I really am hyped about today is all the new music coming out. Like right now, I'm listening to the new Thundercat album. Here, let me pull up the album name real quick. We got Distracted by Thundercat. I'm really excited. This is probably one of my most anticipated albums coming out. You know, although I wouldn't say I'm the biggest Thundercat fan, mainly because I just really don't listen to a whole lot of his music. But every time I do hear a song from him, I really do like him. So I was really excited when I found out he came out with an album, and the features are crazy. Like he's got Lil Yachty, he's got Tame Impala, he's got Channel Trey. I love Channel Trey. and he's got ASAP Rocky and some other ones. But like those are the ones I was most hyped about. So I'm really excited to hear this full thing. You know, there's that. There was, you know, a new Nine Vicious album. I don't really like to promote Nine Vicious too much, or well, this is my first time promoting him, I guess. But I don't really like to promote a guy like that because if you don't know, he had some relationships with a minor. Although technically he's not a predator because they're 16. So, you know, he got away, but barely. It leaves a sour taste in my mouth. Best way to put it there. But I'm still gonna give him at least some credibility. Credibility. At the end of the day, you know, I still listen to Kanye, even though he said a bunch of crazy shit. Even back when he wasn't like on his kind of apologizing stuff, I still listen to it. So I can't say, you know, because I will admit, I think what Kanye said is way worse than what Nine Vicious did. So, you know, there's some level of like hypocrite. Yeah, like I'm somewhat of a hypocrite, I guess. But, you know, I still gave the album a thorough listen. Still not a big fan of the guy in general. So, nothing changed in that aspect. Besides one song, it was actually the only Nine Vicious song I liked. It was Fashion Killer, which I think might even sample the ASAP Rocky song, Fashion Killer. So, you know, don't quote me on that. You know, it sounds like it samples it, but I can't say it does. But, yeah. Really excited for music. Seems like a great week. Also, what was I gonna say? Shoot, it just left my mind. You know what? I'm gonna get this first working set out of the way, and if it comes back to my head, I'll let you guys know. Man, whew. I'm getting humbled here today. Been a little weaker compared to the college gym. But, you know, not a big deal. We're gonna throw another plate on, take off the 25. Whew. It's a bad idea to have my dinner before this, I'll be honest. I had a good steak and fries as a little, you know, or well, my sister really wanted it, so the family got it. I had a steak and some fries, but it's not sitting well. I was low-key getting rushed by the family, but that's all right. I've been honestly going at this workout a lot quicker than normal. Like, I'm not sure if it's because I'm like nervous to be in here alone, but it probably isn't. But like, I'm low-key speedrunning this workout. Whew. I need to figure out what else I want to record for you guys. Oh, that reminds me, that's what I was going to talk about. So, I know only one person watched it. I'm pretty sure it was my mom. But I made a chess video yesterday. I played that chess game as soon as I got back home. And I honestly had a lot of fun recording it, even though I didn't say a single word. and stuff like that. But I thought it'd be a cool idea to do one game a day, and I record that one game, and then just ship it out. Which I'm learning how to edit. If you guys, I know only my mom watched it, but there's a little bit of blurring in the chess video because for some reason Discord opened up as I was recording, and I didn't want to leak DMs, even though there's nothing like crazy out of it. But like, I'm getting pretty good at it, even though it was like a 5-second clip. So, maybe I'll actually edit my videos at some point, which I guess that kind of goes into another point here. If you guys have any criticisms on the videos, leave it in the comments. At the end of the day, I know I'm not the most perfect YouTuber. I definitely could do a lot better. Like, for example, I know I could have some better topics to discuss, probably more attaining to a general population rather than just what's going on in my day. But, there's also stuff I don't know. So if you have any advice for how I can improve my videos, leave it in the comments, because I want this to be a full-time thing. I think this, just creating content in general is such a cool thing. Some people call me unemployed, and some people might call me a bum. But like, this is something I enjoy doing. If I wasn't enjoying it, you guys would have stopped seeing uploads like a while ago by now. So, hopefully one day this YouTube stuff works out. But like I said, if you wanna help me out so it works out sooner, leave some criticism. I'm not gonna get any better by doing the same thing over and over again. So please. And also, if you want me to talk about anything that you guys want to hear my opinion on, whether it's music related, gaming related, content related, gym related, pretty much anything related, I probably have some idea or some opinion on something you want to talk about. So, leave that in the comments too, because I would love to answer some questions. At the end of the day, I need to build a community for you guys. It'll get me out of my comfort zone. I'll actually start talking to people, and you guys get to have a better relationship with me. So please leave some stuff you want me to talk about. Also, one other thing I'm thinking about is I'm thinking at like 200 subs, make a little Discord. Figure that'd be fine. I'm not really good with Discord. I don't, really all I do is call out the homies. But if you guys want a Discord, let me know. I don't really know what would go on in that Discord, to be honest. This is really just this was like a 3-minute thought that I had last night with the Discord. So I don't know how good of an idea it is, especially considering I don't think I'm gonna have mods, at least not in the early couple days. And I'm not really trying to, deal with the bullshit that some of you guys might bring. No offense, but I got some weird people who go on Discord, and for all I know, you could be one of them. So don't get mad at me, but yeah, I don't want to deal with it. So if you guys want the Discord, let me know. And like I said, it'd probably be like once I have 200 subs, which we're pretty far away. I'm at 40, like 40-ish right now. So very, very far away. But I'm gonna get this last working set out of the way, and then I'll film the next exercise. We got 205 on here. Just do however many I can, and then we'll go from there. right, that's the end of this. Turn back on the camera when I got another exercise ready. And I'll see you guys then. All right, what's up, Wolfpack? We got the last recorded set of the lift and also the last exercise that I'm doing today. We got ab crunches. I'm gonna get this warm-up set out of the way, and then I got a couple things to say, or mainly one thing that I want to talk about. Oh, I forgot to say, we got 87.5 pounds on here. Similar to the one at the college gym. I'm able to max this out pretty easily. So, I'm gonna max it out for my first working set. All right. So now we got 207.5 pounds on the machine. And first thing I wanted to say is I really miss this gym, bro. Like it's crazy. There's like actually there's like a vibe here. I don't really know how to explain it, but like this low-key has all the machines that I miss at the college gym. For example, the hack squat we have here. I completely forgot Planet Fitness even had a hack squat. I'll keep it real. I'm not a person to squat in general. I don't really find squats too enjoyable. But I'll hit a hack squat any day of the week if I see a hack squat. But it's been so long since I've been here, and let alone just do squats in general, that I forgot that we had hack squats. So originally, I was gonna film my leg press over there. You guys can't see it, but there's a leg press over there. And then I saw the hack squat as I was looking around, and I just had to like reminisce, I guess. Like I'm shocked I missed this gym. Like I remember the first year that I was here, I was dogging on this gym. I was hating on it. I hated that there wasn't regular barbells. I hated a lot of it. But like, I really, people talk about how like, you never really notice when something's good until it's gone, I think is how they word it. But like, and I'll be honest, I think I'm going through the same thing right now. Like this, like the price that I'm paying, and I get a better gym than my college gym is crazy. So, like that's like the biggest thing that's really like I honestly wish I did a full body day today, but I'm not trying to fatigue myself too much. But like, I really do miss this gym, and I never thought I would say that about a Planet Fitness. So, I guess moral of the story is be grateful for the things that you have in your life right now, because they could go at any moment, and then you'll realize what you've lost. But yeah, man, it really is like the hack squat, and honestly, I'm trying to think, there was something else. Oh yeah, the leg extension, but that's more just like a seating thing. There was something else here that I hit that like we don't have, I'm pretty sure. I don't know, I can't think of it right now. But like, it's actually it's such a vibe. Maybe it's just nostalgia, even though it's only been like half a year since I've been in here consistently. And even then, I was in here over winter break, so I don't really think it's nostalgia, I guess. But like, there's just some vibe about this that like it's just such an enjoyable moment for me, even if I was hitting on the gym earlier. But yeah, please be grateful for the things you got in life, I guess, is the moral of that. I'm gonna get the first working set out of the way. It wasn't really too much of a warm-up for me, or too difficult of a warm-up, I should say. Like I said, after the warm-up set, we got 207.5 pounds on the machine. I don't know how many I'm gonna do. Last time I did this here was like a year ago, and I think I did a calm 6. So we'll see how many we do. Okay. I'm gonna be honest. My feet were flying off. You guys can't see it because the camera doesn't really go down there, but like I was, I was like pushing myself up, like, yeah, I'm low key, not the most stable on here, but I really could care less about that, because at the end of the day, I'm just happy to be here at this point, bro. Can't wait for when I finish my finals, and then I get to come back here somewhat consistently. You know, the home gym's good and all, you know, very peaceful, and I really get to kind of just be in my own element. But there's so much you miss out on. You know, going back, you know, for example, hack squats. Like, I really do miss that hack squat. I remember there was a day where me, Brody, and another friend of ours were just ego lifting, mainly me and the other guy. But we were just ego lifting out of our minds on that hack squat. It was probably like second day it ever got here. And I think we were putting on like 6 plates each side, and we were probably doing like 1/10 of a rep. And we were like, we were just hyping each other up. Like, you know, even though it was, you know, like the most, the shortest range of motion you'd ever see. I bet you a Kelso shrug has more range of motion than what we were doing. But like it was such ego lifting, but it was so fun. And I really do miss those days. I'm acting like I'm getting old. It's been a year. I'm acting like I'm missing the days, but like I really do miss when I would go with the homies consistently. I like I said, I really can't wait for finals to be over with. Get to meet up with the friends again. You guys get to see golf videos at some point. That'd be awesome. You know, you guys get to see, you know, Bryson DeChambeau Jr., this guy, and you know, you guys get to see the other guys, but like they're not as good as me, so you know. But like I'm honestly, even though I am broke as hell, don't know how good I'm gonna be in terms of money making and financial success this summer, but I really am excited for this summer, man. Just to be back with my friends and just to, you know, do stuff that I was doing last summer, like senior year of high school. I really just took the time to kind of just have fun, you know. I think for the longest, like up until 11th grade, I was always kind of secluded, and I'm still a little bit secluded now. Like you guys know, I'm not the greatest at talking with people and all that, but I've always been somewhat secluded. And then it really kind of just broke senior year, where I was just doing whatever, because at the end of the day, I knew I wasn't gonna be seeing these people for too much longer. So I remember I took like a month off of work before I actually had to go to college, just to spend as much time as I can with my friends. You know, obviously, you know, I still want to make some money, because I would have done it later if I didn't, or I would have left earlier. But like, I really wanted to spend that time with the people who I'm close with. At the end of the day, or well, I would say up until college, I think I was much closer with my friends than I was with my parents. So it was a little sad to see it go away, but you know, eventually we're gonna be back here. You guys are gonna see me in my element again, and I really am excited for it. You know, so you know, expect better things than these videos, and I'll be in a bulk, so I'm gonna look fat as shit while doing it. So it's gonna be a 10 out of 10 experience, I think. But I'm gonna finish off this exercise here, similar to last set, still 207.5 pounds. Actually, wait, nah. Yeah. So yeah, till 207.5 pounds. Well, I think I did 8 And I kind of cut it off a little early. I probably could have done a little more than 8. So I'll try and go for 10. It really just depends on if I'm floating off the seat for most of the reps or not. All right. Wait. Little quick rest. Oh, no. Yeah, no, I'm still floating off the seat. Like barely, but it's enough to where it kind of throws me off a little bit. Anyways, that's the end of the video. It's gonna be the last video. Or well, no, I'm gonna post a chest video later today. But this is the last gym video before I'm 19. Feels weird. I feel like I'm getting old. But that's the end of the video today. If you guys enjoyed, like, subscribe, share it with your favorite friends and coworkers. If you want to follow me on other platforms, there'll be a link tree in the description. If you want to give me anything that you want me to talk about, whether it's music, gaming, gym stuff, life stuff, anything like that, feel free to leave it in the comments and I'll talk about it probably next video. Make sure you guys do your laundry and I'll see you guys later today.